Hey guys, this is the Mind of Lilith. Thank you for joining me on my secondary channel focused on relationship advice. So today I wanted to discuss two topics. The first would be Mark Scott calling out social media content creators for bullying Arion. And the second is Ayama, who was supposed to be Melody's spiritual teacher or guru or shaman. And Melody basically refused her services and said, I don't want to work with you anymore. That is a problem. So with Mark Scott, isn't Mark the same guy who lied on an older woman in her 50s of the church and said that she had a sex tape with him? Maybe I'm getting this wrong. Wasn't he the one who lied about that? Maybe I might be confused. It could have been somebody else, but there were horrible rumors that Melody's mom had a sex tape with one of the Scott brothers. Wasn't he the one who put that out? I think he apologized after that, but why would he say that if he wasn't clout chasing? So now that you get the clout that you're looking for, right? You get to go on social media and make rants and interject yourself in situations that nobody even would start thinking about you. You're now putting yourself in the sauce, and then you're trying to act like you care about people being bullied. You bullied an older woman who was of the church, a Christian woman, so to speak. A woman of God, a woman who has done her best to raise her child in accordance to the principles of the Lord, right? Of her religion per se. And you try to ruin her name and smear her reputation by spreading these vile, baseless rumors about her. Even if it were true, that's nobody's business. That is actually abuse when you threaten to expose a sex tape of someone. So now you care about Arion being bullied. So you think that you can virtual signal and use this Arion situation as a wedge issue that you can use to clean up your image while getting clout and being seen as the good guy. Sir, do you know that Arion was bullying Melody for years while she was still married? Do you know that? Do you know that Melody was being bullied by her husband and his mistress while you were trying to bully her mother too? Do you know that part? Or are you going to try to use this suicide claim that Arion has made to make yourself seem like the good guy, like you really care about what's going on with these women, when you actively try to destroy the reputation of an innocent mother and grandmother? You lied on a grandmother. Are you serious? And to be honest, I don't know anybody who talks about Mark directly. He made a comment on my video a couple of months back about Marcel and Maurice, and I didn't respond to him because I was like, I'm not going back and forth with you. I don't know you like that, and you're not. This is not about you. I am only talking about people who are doing something actively to hurt someone else. That's my problem. I am addressing the people who have been bullying Melody for years while they were using her for money and for clout. I'm speaking on her behalf. She didn't ask me to do this, but because I saw that many content creators did not see this initially when the show first started, I decided to lend my voice to perhaps speak on behalf of women like Melody who are abused by narcissists as well. I don't know anybody who's talking about Mark. Mark wants to be seen and he wants clout. That's why he's doing what he's doing and acting the way he's acting. So, on to Ayama's complaint about Melody and Carlos King. I am not going to attack Ayama's work. I don't know her resume. I did not bother to look her up because I did not want to do a hit piece on her. That's not what my channel is for per se. I just wanted to address what she said in this particular video that she posted on Facebook about Melody, complaining that Melody did not want to do the healing circle with Kimmy, Destiny, and Tisha. One thing that stuck out to me was the fact that she said, I'm no longer going to attach my value to whether or not you see my value, basically. Why would you do that anyway? Why are so many people attaching their value to Melody Holt and what she does? Does anybody in Melody's circle who knows her fully comprehend what she's endured at the hands of Martell over the past 10, 12 years? Does anybody understand this, or do they not care because they only want to use Melody for their business or their brand or the show? Like, are people actually thinking about what she's going through at this time? Why is Ayama attaching her value to her client per se, or someone who she's supposed to be helping to elevate and heal spiritually? Why are you attaching yourself to a broken woman? Why is your identity and ego so enmeshed in what Melody Holt is doing? She's still healing from this, but her healing at this point is personal and individual. When she's ready, she will reach out to you or somebody else for guidance, but she's still dealing with the effects of an abusive long-term marriage, an abusive divorce, and an abusive post-divorce. Now she's being terrorized and stalked and antagonized by her ex-husband and his mistress, who he just had a baby with a year ago. So all these compounding issues that Melody has been dealing with, she is still shattered and trying to put her life back together, right? So she doesn't have to heal according to what you say her healing should look like. And I agree with Ayama. You know, we've been saying that the show is becoming more toxic, is very difficult to watch. We've all said this, right? On the sidelines as content creators and the audience. We've said that the show is low vibrational and toxic, but it's not low vibrational and toxic because of Melody per se. You know, Carlos King is the puppet master here, not Melody. Carlos King was the one who invited Ayama to help the show, help Melody's image, because in the beginning people didn't like Melody because they didn't understand what she was going through while she was married. But now they see, oh, she's not a bitch. She's just traumatized. She's just exhausted. She's just, on edge. She's hypervigilant because she's gone through so much abuse. Now we get it. I'm not saying that Ayama's intentions were not pure. I don't know her enough to say that. I don't know her work enough to say that. I don't want to discredit her work or what she does. But it is a bit concerning to me that you would get drunk in front of the person you're trying to help heal because they rejected your services. That is a bit concerning to me. Why is your ego in this? Why do you need validation from the woman that you're supposed to be helping? Ayama also said that Melody will, use you for what she wants and then throw you away. If Melody wanted to do that, she would have gone through the process fraudulently just to act like she's done some work and to act like she's spiritual and healed and whole, and use that to be condescending to other people while not actually doing the work, like Evelyn Lozada. Y'all remember what she did when she went on that whole tour of healing and she went on Elon Levanzette and talked about her pain and then went right back on Basketball Wives doing the same old shit, right? Trying to act like she was whole and healed and playing the part. Melody didn't do that. She had no intention of being fake. She has the right to reject the process as an autonomous human being. Our spiritual growth and evolution is a personal thing. It can be accelerated with guidance from a master or healer or teacher, or even in a group setting. We understand this. But when the student is ready, the teacher will come. Melody did not ask for Ayama to come. Carlos King did. And she agreed to it for business. She wanted to use Melody to promote her show. She didn't do any extensive work with Melody before she decided to cast her in her show while Melody was going through a bitter, nasty divorce. Why would you put a woman going through a divorce in a show for healing women through this work that you do? Maybe Ayama's script was like an educational resource that she was using to develop and train a woman on whatever methodologies or strategies that she has for healing. Perhaps that was the case, but apparently it didn't resonate with Melody, which is why she barely remembered her lines, because she was going through a lot of other stuff that reduced her capacity to ingest this material, to retain it and internalize it. She was going through a bitter divorce. She just found out her husband had a baby with another woman. The pandemic happened. So many things happened that kind of shifted the energy. So she was not going to be present or available in the same way that she was when she first made the agreement to work with you. That's fair. But you were more invested in it from a professional standpoint, in my opinion, than a personal standpoint, as far as seeing Melody grow and develop. Why would you want to force her to heal with people that she really doesn't resonate with? Just because you're spiritual doesn't mean that you have to get along with everybody. As long as, you're not being openly antagonistic or you're trying to abuse other people, Melody is just saying, I don't want to deal with these people anymore. That's fair. Now, Carlos King is the one who's instigating all this drama, in my opinion. He told Tisha to turn it up after the first season because he wanted to see more fire and drama out of her. This is what happened with Real Housewives of Atlanta. He starts drama. Why are you giving more smoke to Melody than Carlos King? And Carlos King was the one who asked you to come to the show. Melody didn't ask you to come to the show. Why are you upset with her about this? Ayama also said that her feelings were hurt because Melody was not interested. Again, why are your feelings involved in this so much? Why are you so emotionally invested in this work? Being emotional doesn't make you more spiritual. I hope people understand this. You have to have a level of objectivity and emotional and psychological distance to be able to treat your patients per se when it comes to this work. So if you're like getting sloshed and drunk with them because you're hurt, your feelings are hurt, I don't know if Ayama would have been the right teacher for Melody at this point. And Ayama made it seem like in order for Melody to get healed, she had to do it through her. There are many different ways to attain healing, right? And spiritual development. And like I said, she's not ready. She's not ready. That shouldn't have been so offensive to Ayama that she just decided to go on this whole rant. And the show being low vibrational. If you still want to help people because you don't have to help Melody directly in order to help her, right? You could take the position that many content creators have taken. They look at the show, they analyze it, and then they discuss it based on their knowledge, experience, and expertise. Funky Dineva does a great job of this. Erica De Niro TV does a great job of this. Color Me Pink does a great job of this. Bondi Blue does a great. So there are many different content creators who have taken the show and used it as a way to teach their subscribers or the audience about different issues in the community. You could have done the same thing, Ayama. You could have said, you know what? I don't have to work with these ladies directly, but I can help to transmute some of that negative energy by discussing how these women can resolve their issues from my shamanic experience and perspective. That would have been an adaptive approach to this issue. You don't have to be on TV or in bed with celebrities. And that's another thing too. Why did he pick you? No shade or nothing. I am very weary of spiritual people and individuals who have been vetted by the entertainment industry. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not saying all of them are fraudulent, but if you have been vetted by Hollywood and they say it's okay for you to, use this Hollywood machine to promote your shamanic spiritual work, which is antithetical to the Hollywood culture, then, that's another conversation. So why were you chosen in the first place? It seems like she was like name dropping in a sense to say, well, this is who I've worked with in the past. And she also gave shout outs to T.I. T.I. of all people. Are you serious? So anyway, I'm really confounded by how many people have problems with Melody. Like, Melody hasn't stolen from anybody. She hasn't lied to anybody or lied on anybody. She hasn't cheated with anybody's man. She hasn't used anyone for anything. She hasn't hurt anybody physically or tried to hurt anybody physically. What is all this beef around Melody? Because she refuses to deal with people anymore? That's her right to do. I've heard, Tisha and Ayama now saying that Melody uses people and then throws them away. What is she using you for, Tisha? You weren't even supportive of her in her divorce. What is she using you for? She basically showed you the game and put you on a TV show. Ayama, how is she using you? And she was honest with you out the gate and said, you know what? I'm not going to waste your time, energy, or resources or disrespect the work that you do because I'm not ready for whatever you have to offer. I don't want to do it. I'm still going through a lot. I need to heal. I need my own peace before I can make peace with other people. I'm still dealing with a narcissistic ex. I got bills to pay. I got 4 kids to take care of. I got custody issues. Like right now, it's not the time for this type of work. Would you rather her have gone through the process and pretended to be on board with it and then go back to being ratchet 6 weeks later because she's not really fully healed? In my opinion, Melody showed respect to Ayama by being honest with her. Because if you're not ready for that process and the work, don't pretend that you are because you think it makes you look good to other people. Like, let me know something. Is Melody a gatekeeper or something? Is she like the one who says yay or nay when it comes to certain people's businesses? Like, what is she doing that everybody wants to be accepted by her, needs her approval, needs her friendship? Like, I don't know what, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm biased, quote unquote, but she's been through a lot. And there are people who are asking for her energy, time, and attention, and she may have that in short supply because she has 4 kids to raise by herself, basically, and businesses to run. Maybe she doesn't want you around her. That's okay. Why do you have to be her friend? I'm confused. Why is she now a bad person because she doesn't want to deal with you on a personal level or even on a professional level? Like, Melody is on Instagram promoting her beauty line. She's talking about stuff with Hill Harper as far as real estate and history. She's talking about her process and her progress for growth. She's doing that independently. She's not asking anybody for help to do this. And she's not vilifying anybody who's not in a position to help her. I mean, damn. What is going on? She got a crazy ex stalking her. His mistress is depressed about Melody. She's not doing anything actively to anybody on the show. To the extent that things have been done to her, absolutely not. Why are so many people invested in being Melody's friend? I just don't get it. And then they get mad at her for not wanting to be their friend. Like, it's like, how dare you not allow me in your personal circle, in your space? I don't care what you're going through. I'm going to force you to accept my help so that I can feel better about myself. Because you have value to me. But if you reject that, then I'm going to smear your name or throw salt on you because you're not allowing me to feel validated by doing something for you that you don't even want and didn't ask for in the first place. Isn't that manipulative and projection? Like, if you're mad at somebody for refusing your help, then you weren't trying to help them for them. You were trying to help them for you. But then these people twist it around and say she's a bad person because she's so selfish that she won't allow me to help her. I love her so much, I demand her to accept my help. What is it about her that you love so much that you have to help? At the same time, there are plenty of people out here who really need help that you wouldn't even look at. Why does Melody need your help or your friendship? She can pick and choose who she wants to be friends with. And if she's not a good friend, then you should say, deuces, I'm not messing with you no more, and be done with it. Not make a whole diatribe and try to fight for her to be your friend because you're getting something out of it more than she is, and then try to make it seem like she's using you. How are you trying to use her for friendship, but then turning around and saying, well, because you don't want to be my friend, you're a user? Which one is it? That's like a psychological double twist. Like, I'm mad at you because you're not allowing me to help you. But what are you getting out of it then if it's that serious for you and it's that personal? Because there are plenty of people who need help that you're not bending over backwards to help. Why me? And I don't want it. I said I don't want it. It's okay. I didn't shit on you. I didn't try to, destroy your name or your reputation. I didn't curse you out or nothing. I just said I don't want your services. That's okay. I'm not going to work with you. That's fine. I don't need to do this. Is that okay? No, apparently it's not okay for Melody to safeguard her energy and her boundaries and, change her mind. How dare you change your mind? And no, I'm not on Melody's payroll. I don't get paid for doing this. Like, I don't need to be on Melody's payroll to see what's going on here. I try to be objective and I try to provide receipts. Most of what I've said on this channel has been substantiated by receipts from the show, from social media posts, Instagram posts, interviews. I've not said anything to date that would show some unfair bias towards Melody, right? I don't think so. If I have, I would love to read so in the comments because then, I can check myself. I'm always checking myself and regulating my own thought processes to make sure that I'm of use to myself and to you guys too. I can't be useful if I have, implicit or explicit bias. Perhaps I can be, maybe. Maybe I do have bias for Melody because of what she's going through. But again, my bias is evidence-based, perhaps, right? It's based on what she's experienced. It's also a way for me to show compassion for Melody without asking her for anything. Because I get the feeling that people want to be around her and they ask her for a lot. They expect a lot from her. So I don't know Melody. I'm not her friend. I'm not, a Melody-meter. I don't do that. That's not my thing. But I'm a human being and I'm a woman, and I've seen how narcissistic abuse affects women. And I wanted to use my platform to bring light to those issues. All right, guys, I think that's it for now. This is going to be a part 1 because I'm sure I'm going to read some wonderful comments from you guys that I would probably like to respond to and expound on in the future. So I look forward to reading your comments. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.